My name is Lauren, and this is my Know by Year. I am taking a bit of a break from the Reckoning series because this Sunday I am going down to Walt Disney World. In case you can't tell, I am a Disney fan, especially a Disney Parks fan. And merch. This is a Ratatouille cardigan, which I'll probably wear on Thanksgiving. I'm currently filming this on 11/24 Monday. Today is Monday, November 24th. By the time this goes up, I should have already come back from Disney World. How does Disney World fit into my Know by Year? Disney World is a trip. It is a thing. It is most definitely an experience. My chair is sinking. It is most definitely an experience. So the Disney World itself, the trip itself, is allowed. It will, unless things get really tight in my finances, it will always be allowed. Disney World has been my biggest escape from everything, And I think I mentioned before that in January it's going to be my birthday and I have a week-long Disney cruise. I'm going by myself. Yes, people do go solo on Disney cruises. Not many, granted, but we do. I will also be spending one day before the cruise at Epcot. On this trip, I'm going for Christmas. I'm doing a lot of stuff on this trip that I haven't done before. So I have a ticket to Jollywood Nights. That'll be the first thing. I have another ticket to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That'll be the big Magic Kingdom party. That'll be another thing. I went in 2021 at Christmas time, but I didn't really go for a lot of, it's hard to explain. I didn't really go for a lot of the Christmas stuff. When I went, I was at Epcot during the International Festival of the Holidays, but I didn't really look for the Santas. I didn't really watch like the processional, I didn't look for the gingerbread, like all of that kind of stuff I didn't really do. And I have been to the Christmas party before. But once again, don't ask me why. I decided to do rides. So yeah, I got a cookie or two, but mostly I just went on the rides. And most of the rides were walk-ons, which was fantastic. But now that I have an annual pass, I don't want to focus on the rides. I want to focus on the cookies, the character meet and greets, the gingerbread, the parade, the shows, all of that kind of stuff. I want to focus on, especially at Jollywood Nights, I want to focus on the Muppets. I might do Slinky Dog since I've never done that before. Every time I go on a Disney trip, whether it's something special, just like this one is, or it's just any other normal Disney trip, I have certain things that I get. So when I stay at a new resort, you can't really see it. This thing back behind me is a small little shadow box that's full of pins. I changed the pins out. Right now there's a couple of Christmas pins in there, but I don't have many. And I was really surprised when I went through my pins that I don't have that many. The top ones are Halloween. I have tons of those, but not many Christmas ones. Anytime I stay at a resort that I've never been to, I get a pin. This time I am staying at All Star Music. I've never stayed at Music, but the All Star Resorts, it's 3 resorts sort of grouped together, and I do have a pin for the All Star Resort, so I'm not going to get a pin for that. I've never been to Jollywood Nights, so I am absolutely getting a pin for that. Hopefully. It's the Muppet pin. There is an annual pass holder pin. It features Ollie. He's like the mascot. He's a giant gingerbread guy. I'm not in love with his pin. I am in love with the Muppets. I hope that in the future years, if they do this, that the merch will actually have the Muppets on it and not just Ollie. So I will be getting a Jollywood Nights pin. I would like to get a Spirit jersey. I don't wear them as often now as I used to. There's so many reasons for me to not buy a Spirit jersey. I don't like necessarily the way they fit on me. The sleeves are far too long. I have really wide hips, and these are square, and that is Pippa, who is meowing. Hello, Pippa. In order for me to get a shirt that fits my hips, I have to really go up in size, which makes these, and it makes the rest of the shirt baggy. but I also love them. Like, they tend to have my favorite designs. They tend to have my favorite logos. They'll have glitter. Some will glow in the dark. They'll be puffy. When I think of like a Disney shirt, I think of the Spirit jersey. I've looked at the Spirit jerseys online for Jollywood Nights and for the Magic Kingdom party. I don't really like the Magic Kingdom party shirt this year. I do like the Jollywood Nights, which is blue, and it has Ollie on the back. So I might get that. Until I get there, until I can see it and touch it and look at it and really think about it, I'm not really gonna know, but I'm allowing myself to buy one shirt, specifically a Spirit jersey. I have several in my Disney. I have a Disney closet. I have several in my Disney closet over here. They're all folded, and so I've got like a little mini collection. So it'd be nice to have one that is like Christmas themed. When I go to the Magic Kingdom Christmas party, I went to that in 2021, but I wasn't collecting pins back then, so I didn't buy a pin. I'm gonna get one this time. I looked ahead of time and I know that I prefer the annual pass holder pin to all of the other pins. Hopefully I'll be able to get that one. I was not able to in Halloween, but now I know that that needs to be like my first stop instead of one of the later stops in the day. And as I said before, I don't really like the Christmas party Spirit jersey, so I don't have any intentions of getting that one. They give out 5 free cookies and 5 free drinks when you're at that party. So I'm going to get the cookies and I'll get something for dinner. I'm going to the Beacon Barrel, so we'll be getting a little, they call them shoulder buddies. They're little magnetic guys that will sit on your shoulder. They have a bird. They have a pirate bird. So I want to get him so that I can wear him, and especially so that I can wear him on my cruise, because there's a pirate night on the cruise. And so I want to get him for the pirate night. The next day, my plan is to go to Animal Kingdom. There's not a lot of holiday stuff that's going on at Animal Kingdom. They do have a brand new Zootopia show. Instead of It's Wonderful to Be a Bug, I think is what it's called. I only saw it once. Instead of the Bug Show, it is now going to be the Zootopia show, so I do want to see that. I also want to see the Magical Menagerie, and they happen to have a pin for that. So my plan is to get a pin for that, and that'll be the holiday thing at Animal Kingdom done. The final thing will be at Epcot. Again, as I said earlier, I've been to the Festival of the Holidays, but that wasn't really my focus. And back then, again, that was in 2021, I wasn't focusing on getting the pins back then. So this time, I definitely do want to get a pin. And I don't even know if those have been released online. I don't know what they look like, so I won't know that one, I don't think, until the day that I get there. I also don't think that they have a Festival of the Holidays Spirit jersey. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and see if they do. If they do, I'll either have to decide between Jollywood or the holidays. I'm leaning towards Jollywood because that's a special ticketed event, so I would probably get a Spirit jersey for that. Also, for every trip that I go on to Disney, I allow myself to get at least one ornament, no more than 2. If they have ornaments for the Jollywood Nights and the Christmas party, I'll look at those. I'm not sure if they do. If they do, I haven't seen those online yet. But that would be another nice thing that I could put on the Christmas tree with all of my other Disney-themed ornaments, which they're really growing in number. Thanks to me having an annual pass, I'm getting several ornaments now. The only other thing at Disney on this trip that I think I think I've already got it packed. They have these like velvet black headbands, and then you can buy a thing that looks kind of like the head of this Pooh Bear. And you can attach it to the headband. They're called like DIY headband. We just call them like heads, like character heads. I've got some Halloween ones. I'm hoping that they'll have some Christmas ones. I don't have any Christmas ones. If they do have them and I don't like them, or if they don't have any, that's totally fine. I have some other ears. I've got like some snow globe looking ones. I've got some peppermint shaped ones, and I have some Muppet ones that are on the way. Hopefully they'll get here because I have a whole Muppet themed outfit or two that I would really like to wear. Hopefully that will get here in time. I'm bringing the headband just in case. I haven't seen any of that posted online. I also haven't gone looking for it. Historically, when it comes to me and shopping at Disney, there has been a little bit of a problem. It's not as big of a problem, I don't think, as makeup has been. And I'm not sure that it's as big of a problem as books have been, but that's probably only because I don't go as often. In the past, I would pretty much let myself get whatever I wanted. In November of 2024, I went to Disneyland for Christmas. It was the first week that they had the Christmas decorations up. And for that, I had to fly across country. So I limit myself whenever I travel to a carry-on. I believe for that visit, I actually checked a bag and I had a carry-on. But I only allowed myself to have like one backpack to wear when I was at the parks. I would fill it with stuff, and I knew when I was there, I got some pins. That's mostly the holiday pins that I have are from that trip. I was limited. I only had so much space. And there are people who go to Disney World and when they get there buy so much stuff that they buy another suitcase. That's not me. I have no desire to buy another suitcase. So when I went on that trip, I limited myself to whatever could fit in the suitcases that I had. On these trips to Disney World, even though I'm in North Carolina, I tend to drive. I can't sleep very well in the Disney beds. I have to take my own pillow when I go down. Sometimes it allows me to take a couple of different bags if I want to change my bag depending on whatever the outfit I have. It allows me to take my foot massager, I take different pairs of shoes, and I do tend to pack a little extra when I drive down to Disney World, but it's just a lot cheaper for me to do that. The consequence of doing that, or the potential consequence of doing that, is that I have a car. I have never filled up my car. I have filled up my trunk. There also happens to be a character warehouse. It's basically a Disney discount shop where stuff that didn't sell in the parks, they will ship it over and they'll sell it at a pretty steep discount. I recently started going there. Now, when I go there, I don't just buy a shirt because it's $1.99. I'm not going to buy a shirt if I don't like it. I do have to like what's there. I do also tend to buy stuff for my niece and nephew when I'm there. If they have any books or toys or things that I think they might like, then I'll go ahead and I get it there. Like, I've had their Christmas gifts for almost a year because I think I bought them in January or maybe April at the Character Warehouse. Unless I get there really early on Sunday, I need to look up the hours. I think they're going to be closed. There's a good chance that I won't even go to the Character Warehouse on this trip, which is probably a good thing. I don't go crazy there. The last time that I went, I bought a gift for someone else. I may have bought one thing. I did buy on one of my other trips, I bought a Dooney and Burke cruise backpack, and I'm going to be taking that on my cruise. But I really don't go crazy at the Character Warehouse. My problem tends to be at the Magic Kingdom Emporium and at... what is it called? Innoventions? I can't remember what the new shopping thing is called at Epcot, but that place. And if I ever go to Disney Springs World of Disney, that's the largest Disney store, I believe, in the world. Those places can get me in a little bit of trouble. Those places are also really good places to go if the weather is not that nice. If it's cold, you can go in there and warm up. If it's hot, you can go in there and cool down. And of course you can stay dry. There's nowhere to sit in those. There's a place to sit outside of the one in Epcot. It's a bit of a respite from everything else. And I think Disney does this on purpose. They don't allow seating in them, which keeps you moving. It keeps you moving around, looking at the stuff. Maybe you pick something up that you weren't intending to buy because you didn't even know it existed. And that's a big thing for me. I tend to not want things so long as I don't know that they exist. Which is why me going into bookstores, me going into Sephora, me going into the Magic Kingdom Emporium puts me at risk because I will browse. And if I browse, I will almost always find something to want and find something to buy. There's an element of FOMO with Disney, but now that I have an annual pass, I really don't feel that much anymore. It's not a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so I'm not focused on getting as many memorabilia, souvenirs as I can. So I'm able to limit it because My favorite thing now is just vibes. It's just to walk down Main Street, USA. It's to walk around World Showcase, to stop into the Land Pavilion and ride, maybe ride Living with the Land a few times back to back. Maybe even ride the Haunted Mansion back to back. Like I'm more into the rides and the vibes now, and taking pictures. One of my hobbies has been taking a lot of pictures and editing them and trying to get better at photography. I have less of an urge to shop now when I'm at Disney than when I did before. Parties can be a little bit of a different thing. I'm trying to get Pippa to come up. Here's Pippa. It's just so you can see how cute she is and how much she loves to be held. She loves it. She loves it. She loves it so much. So Disney right now is not as big of a trigger when it comes to shopping as it used to be. I'm a little worried about the cruise. The cruise is I don't know if this is me just trying to justify shopping or if this is true, or maybe it's both, but the cruises are different. This is a different ship. I've only been on, this will be my second one. So the first one was on the Disney Wish, and it was 3 days, and I did the short cruise because I didn't know if I would like it, and I loved it. Of course I loved it. Of course I loved it. I feel like I didn't even get to see half of the ship because I was off doing so many different things. And each ship is a little bit different, and they have their own special theme. I will be getting an ornament when I go on my cruise in January. I will be getting a Spirit jersey when I go. Bags. Oh, and a pin. If they have a pin, I don't know if they make pins. I think I have, I have a Disney Cruise pin. I don't have a Wish specific pin. But if they have I'm going on the Treasure next. If they have a Treasure pin, then I will definitely get that. And I'll have to see if there's a Wish pin, or I could just use that as another excuse to take another cruise. The cruises are so expensive. They're not as easy to do as a trip down to Disney World is, especially with the annual pass. I can just go down, work from my hotel room during the day, not have to take any PTO, visit the parks after work for 4, 5, 6 hours, and then come back home. Come back to, well, if they say welcome home, so I will say my resort is my home. This cruise that I'm taking by myself is $4,000. I don't have anyone to split it with me, but I want to go bad enough, so I'm doing it. And if I end up liking it as much as I do, there's a chance that I might not renew my annual pass next year. I'm debating it because I can go down and work from my room during the day. I could even bring like sandwiches and stuff so I could not have to buy food from Disney during the day while I'm working. And then I could just buy dinner and save some money that way. Then I would just have to focus on like the hotel room. That would really be doable. And so I'm still thinking about the cost of the annual pass, but I also want to pay off the credit card, and I also want to pay off the solar panels. When it comes to collectibles from Disney, bags are my thing. As you can see, I've got a little collection over here of bags. With the exception of one that is here right now, these are all Loungefly. I also have 3 over on this wall that are on a display. I have several that are in the closet that are be sold because they're not my favorites. They're not ones that I use. I'd rather give them off to someone else, you know? Lug is a brand, and Lug has really captured me. I discovered on my last trip. As I said before, I like to take pictures as a hobby. So I have this big camera. I have a Canon. I carry it with me, but I have some bags. I ended up getting I got one crossbody bag. I got a belt bag. I got a crossbody bag. Those were both from Destination D23. When I went to the Food and Wine Festival this year, as a pass holder, I had access to this. This is fantastic. This is a lunchbox. I don't use it as a lunchbox. So the reason I got it, it has these things here, and this can be worn as a crossbody. So I can just open this up. This is where I stuck my umbrella, which hopefully I won't need to use on this trip, or at least use as often. On the back, you've got a quick, easy little pocket to reach in, grab whatever you need. On the front, magnetic felt-lined pocket. Phone or whatever can go in there quickly. I think I had lens filters that I put in there for my camera. This was where I kept most of the quick access stuff that I would need. And again, magnetic. And then the lunchbox itself, there is so many pockets. There's another zipper pocket in here. There's a stretchy pocket here. And there's so much room. This held my lenses. It didn't have room for the camera, but I was also carrying around more lenses, and one of my lenses is now broken and needs to get fixed. So this was holding my lenses, and this was holding everything I needed for a photography park heavy day. Another day, I used the crossbody that I bought at D23. I used that at Animal Kingdom. Again, it has these perfect size little zipper pockets in the front for the little doodads and stuff that I want quick access to. And then like the actual pouch itself, hold on, let me see if I can find it. The crossbody, which I was hoping to find, and I think I really like using that one besides at Just Disney. So that bag, I believe, is in my bedroom actually, and so I don't have it right now, and I don't want to go searching for it. That bag has these little pockets in the front that they're just perfect. They're the perfect size for a little lip balm and like for just little things. They have these two little pockets. They're just perfect. They have another little like velvet or velour lined thing. Great place that I was able to put my phone. The bag, like the main compartment of the crossbody bag, perfect size to hold my lens. Like, I was really shocked at how well I wasn't able to carry around my umbrella, wasn't able to carry around everything, but it worked, and it worked so well. So well, in fact, that unless I am somehow able to get a hand on the Muppet Christmas Carol Loungefly, I will never buy another Loungefly. If there is a special Muppets, if Loungefly comes out with a Muppet backpack, again, like I said, Christmas Carol, if they come out with a Muppet backpack for when the Rock and Roller Coaster gets rethemed to the Muppets, that might get me. If Lug comes up with a bag, that will absolutely get me. I do have a Muppet Loungefly crossbody. This one's like half the size. It's a lot smaller. A Lug bag. This brand, these are so versatile, and these are so much more usable for me than the backpacks ever were. Resisting this more than my cat is in the closet. Pippa, resisting a Lug bag, and I know they have a Christmas one. I've already seen it. I saw it actually over the summer. If they have this at Disney, on the Treasure, this is going to test me more than anything. I have so many backpacks. I have so many crossbodies already that I need to declutter them. I need to sell them because they're not getting used. They're cute. They're collectible. Again, a lot of the time, with a rare exception, a lot of those aren't getting used. So the last thing I need is to buy, and I know how good this works. I know how good the crossbody works. Unless there's something truly special, like a Muppet bag. If they ever come out with a special Spaceship Earth specific bag that looks like the design on the Spaceship Earth, that I would get. I love Spaceship Earth. I love it. I don't anticipate them doing that. And since I know how well these work, I have a reason to buy another one other than to just spend money on it. And I don't want to do that. I also happen to know in my current frame of mind, am I going to be able to keep this frame of mind when I am confronted with a thing that I really want? Time will tell. But I also happen to know this stuff often goes on sale at the Character Warehouse and is oftentimes on the resale market. Do I want to buy resale market prices? Absolutely not. But, and I have one that I paid a lot for that one. But I happen to know that stuff like this is on sale on the resale market all the time. I can think about it. I can sit on it and I can think about it. And if it's something that I decide that I really want in the future, I can save up money, set aside money for it, and then I can buy it. I don't have to buy it right now. I do get a discount because of the annual pass. If I buy it at Disney, I do get a discount with my annual pass. It's either 10 or 20%. I don't remember what the discount is. That is tempting. Not gonna lie. Knowing that I get a discount is tempting. I also know that the last time I bought more on my last trip, or maybe 2 trips ago, than I normally would have because I had the annual pass. Because I told myself, ooh, I'm going to get these, it's 20% off. If I was to do this online, I wouldn't be able to get this kind of price. Knowing that there is a sale really does encourage me to shop more. And I used to have a better grip on myself when it came to sales. I used to not buy a thing just because it was on sale. This is my weakness. This and sometimes makeup is my weakness when it comes to being on sale. So to wrap all of this up in a pretty little Christmas bow, I plan on buying a few pins, very specific ones. I am allowing myself to buy one Spirit jersey if I like it, not just because I have access to it. If I like it and if I think I will actually wear it, then I can buy it. I can buy 1 to 2 ornaments max. And if I find a gift while I'm at Disney, something that I think will work well for someone else, like the little golden books. Little Disney has little golden books. I can buy some of those for my nieces and nephews and cousins. I can buy any, if they have like a Spider-Man sweater, if I manage to find a Spider-Man sweater or something for my niece, I can buy something else for them while I'm there. Maybe some Hanukkah stuff for them while I'm there. I can do this. The thing, the thing also is, my no-buy starts December 1st, and I will be at Dollywood Nights that night. Did I choose a tough time on purpose to start this? No. Actually, I thought about starting it this week. I thought about starting it early. And I'm like, you had decided that December 1st was going to be it. Just stick with it. And so I'm just sticking with it. Yeah, I did not choose December 1st on purpose. And yet, it's going to be really trying. So this trip will be interesting. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, right over here, you will see I will have like a subscribe and a video that you might be interested in watching, or maybe a playlist. And otherwise, I'll see you when I get back from Disney World. Bye.